The most dangerous people in your life never look dangerous. They smile before they betray you. They praise you before they use you. And by the time you realize what happened, it's already too late. Pause. Machiavelli once said, "People are quick to deceive those who trust too easily." So the real question is, are you truly aware or just comfortable? Intro, there are two kinds of people in this world. The first kind walks through life asleep. They trust words, they trust appearances, they trust emotions, and because of that they become victims. But the second kind, they observe. They notice tiny changes in behavior, they study silence. They understand hidden intentions. And those people, they rarely get manipulated. Today, we are entering a mindset that very few people truly understand. A mindset inspired by the brutal realism of Niccolò Machiavelli. Not fantasy, not motivation, reality. Because the truth is, if you are not aware, someone else is already controlling the game around you. And you don't even know it yet. Section 1, people hide their true intentions. Listen carefully. Most people never show you who they really are. They show you what benefits them. A weak person shows kindness to gain approval. A manipulator shows kindness to gain control. And that is why awareness is power. Machiavelli understood something terrifying about human nature. People are driven more by self-interest than loyalty. That means many relationships are conditional. Some people stay close because you are useful, not because they love you. The moment your value disappears, their behavior changes. Have you ever noticed this? When you succeed, suddenly everyone supports you. When you struggle, silence appears. That silence reveals everything. Because awareness is not about hearing words. It's about studying patterns. Patterns never lie. Someone who respects you consistently respects you. Someone who only appears during opportunity is calculating. And the scary part, manipulators are patient, very patient. They study your weaknesses before they strike. They learn what makes you emotional, what makes you insecure, what makes you desperate, what makes you lonely, then they use it against you. Not immediately. Strategically, that's why emotionally reactive people lose. Aware people observe first. Section 2, never ignore small signs. Most disasters begin with small warnings. But people ignore them because truth is uncomfortable. A fake friend doesn't betray you instantly. First, they joke disrespectfully. Then they test boundaries. Then they normalize manipulation, little by little. And because the signs are small, you excuse them. That is how manipulation works. Slowly, quietly. Machiavelli believed intelligent people prepare before danger arrives, not after. Weak people react late. Aware people react early. If someone constantly lies about small things, they will lie about big things. If someone enjoys humiliating others, one day you will become the target. If someone envies everybody, they secretly envy you too. Awareness means connecting hidden dots. Most people wait for proof. Smart people notice patterns before proof arrives. Because by the time proof appears, damage has already happened. Emotions make people easy to control. This is one of the most important lessons you will ever hear. The easiest person to manipulate is the person controlled by emotions. Anger, neediness, loneliness, desperation. These emotions blind judgment, and manipulators know this perfectly. That's why some people intentionally provoke you. They want emotional reactions, because once emotions rise, logic disappears. Think about it. Why do powerful people stay calm during pressure? Because calmness creates control. Emotional people reveal everything. Calm people reveal nothing. And in psychological warfare, the person who reveals less usually wins. Machiavelli admired emotional discipline, not because it looks cool, because it protects power. Imagine someone insults you publicly. Most people react instantly, but awareness asks, why are they trying to trigger me? Sometimes the insult is not the attack. The reaction is the real target. If they can control your emotions, they can control your decisions. And once they control your decisions, they control your future. That is why awareness requires emotional mastery, not emotional suppression. Mastery, there is a difference. The world rewards perception. Here is another uncomfortable truth. People do not always respect reality, they respect perception. Machiavelli talked deeply about this. He understood that appearance shapes influence. This does not mean become fake. It means understand human psychology. Confidence attracts attention. Calmness creates authority. Silence creates mystery. And mystery creates power. Notice something strange. The loudest person in the room is rarely the strongest. Real power often speaks quietly. Because aware people understand something, over-explaining weakens position. Desperate people explain too much. Confident people don't chase validation. This is why silence is dangerous. A silent observer learns everything, while emotional talkers expose themselves constantly. The more people talk, the more they reveal. Insecurities, intentions, fears, ego, weakness, awareness means listening beyond words. Sometimes what people avoid saying matters morphive. Trust slowly. One of the biggest mistakes young people make is trusting too quickly. They trust because someone is funny, or charismatic, or confident. But charisma is not character. Some of the most dangerous people in history were extremely charming. That's what made them dangerous. Machiavelli warned leaders about blind trust. Because betrayal rarely comes from enemies. It comes from people allowed inside your circle. And that's why awareness matters most with close people. Watch how people behave when they are jealous, they are angry, they lose control, they gain power, they see you succeed. Pressure reveals truth. Success reveals character. Some people support your dreams publicly, but secretly hope you fail. Why? Because your growth reminds them of their weakness. Not everyone clapping for you wants you to win. Never forget that. The power of observation. Most people look, very few observe. Observation is a superpower. A person's eyes reveal emotion before words do. Their tone changes before betrayal happens. Their energy shifts before conflict begins. Aware people detect tension early. That's why they avoid unnecessary destruction. Machiavelli believed rulers must understand human behavior deeply. Because ignorance creates vulnerability. If you don't study people, people will study you. And once someone understands your weaknesses better than you do, you are exposed. That's why self-awareness is equally important. Know your weaknesses before others weaponize them. Maybe you seek validation. Maybe you fear rejection. Maybe you hate being alone. Manipulators target emotional hunger. Because hungry people ignore red flags. Awareness means becoming emotionally independent. The less desperate you are, the harder you are to control. Envy is everywhere. This part is critical. Not everyone hates you openly. Some people compete silently. Envy hides behind smiles, behind compliments, behind fake support. And the more potential you have, the more envy you attract. Machiavelli understood this deeply. Success changes relationships. The moment you rise, people compare themselves to you, and comparison creates resentment. That's why aware people move carefully after success. They stay humble, quiet, strategic. Because announcing every move attracts unnecessary attention. Remember this, privacy is protection. Not everybody deserves access to your plans. Sometimes silence protects dreams better than motivation speeches. Move quietly. Let results speak. Fear vs. respect. Machiavelli asked a famous question. Is it better to be loved or feared? Most people misunderstand this idea completely. He wasn't glorifying cruelty. He was explaining reality. People often exploit excessive softness. That's why boundaries matter. A person who cannot say no becomes easy to use. Awareness means recognizing when kindness becomes weakness. Strong people are respectful but not easily manipulated. They help others without becoming victims. And that balance is rare, very rare, because society teaches people to avoid conflict at all costs. But sometimes conflict is necessary. If you tolerate disrespect repeatedly, you train people to disrespect you more. Boundaries teach others how to treat you. Without boundaries, awareness becomes useless. Most people never wake up. This may sound harsh, but it's true. Most people live their entire lives unconsciously. They repeat routines, repeat mistakes, repeat toxic relationships, and they never stop to analyze why. Why do manipulators keep entering their lives? Why do they keep getting betrayed? Why do they keep trusting the wrong people? Because awareness requires honesty, and honesty is painful. It's easier to blame the world, harder to study yourself. Machiavelli respected realism, reality over fantasy, truth over comfort. And the truth is, life becomes dangerous when you refuse to see people clearly. Not everyone is evil, but not everyone is pure either. Human beings are complicated, capable of loyalty, capable of betrayal. That's why awareness must remain constant. How to become truly aware? So how do you develop awareness? First, slow down emotionally. Fast emotions create blind decisions. Second, observe actions more than words. Anybody can promise. Patterns reveal truth. Third, protect your energy and information. Oversharing creates vulnerability. Fourth, learn human psychology. Study manipulation, study persuasion, study emotional control. Because knowledge creates protection. And finally, trust yourself. Many people ignore intuition because they fear appearing rude. But intuition notices danger before logic explains it. If something feels wrong repeatedly, pay attention. Awareness is not paranoia. It is intelligent observation. Final message at the end of the day, the world is filled with masks. Some people wear masks of kindness, some wear masks of confidence, some wear masks of loyalty. But awareness allows you to see beyond appearances. Machiavelli understood one brutal truth. The unaware become tools in the hands of the aware. So decide carefully, which one will you become? The person controlled by emotions, or the person who understands the game? Because once you truly awaken, you start noticing everything. The fake smiles, the hidden envy, the manipulation, the silent competition, and from that moment forward, you stop moving blindly. You move strategic. If this video opened your eyes, then you already think differently from most people. Subscribe to Mind Enigma for more deep psychological and Machiavellian content. Like this video and comment below. Stay aware. Because in a world full of deception, awareness is survival.